like you said, Sean Miller didn't get fired. That's a valid point. That's a very good comparison there. I think the crimes are far different, if you will. And I'm not saying that that the crimes are different in the aspect that the laws were broken. I'm just saying that I don't know that there was what we would call victims in the Sean Miller case as we would with this case with Urban Meyer. Rick, what are your thoughts here before we go to a break?
Yeah, I would just say with his statement and the way I lit off the show with Urban Meyer's statement came out yesterday, and this the interview with Zach Smith, it paints an even uglier picture. Really, I think they didn't do themselves any justice. I think it makes them both look a lot worse. I mean, that interview with Zach Smith is uncomfortable to watch. Really. He can't make eye contact with the interviewer. I can't think of his name from ESPN. No eye contact. He can't stop moving. He can't stop moving his head and twitching. And he's struggling to find the words to say to answer each question. I mean, it's the most guilty-looking interview I have ever seen in my life. The guy's trying to clear his name, and he cannot assert himself, into any form of innocence in this. He's just trying to come up with answers and can't make eye contact. It's so uncomfortable to watch. And then the statement by Urban Meyer saying he did send everything up the chain. If that's the case, then Gene Smith and the administration, nobody did anything, about the situation. So both things that came out yesterday just make the whole thing a lot worse.
Well, guys, we're going to take a break here real quick. Matt, are you going to stick around with us?
Yeah, sure can.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. When we get back, and we're going to get into some other college football talk. We'll circle back around to Urban Meyer when Mo from the BS Sports Show joins us. And certainly I do want to get into more conversation about that Zach Smith interview, and we'll get into that a little bit later on as the show moves on. My name is tom-marquis, El Presidente, myself, Rick-riggin, and Matthew Embry. We'll be right back on this special episode of Breaking Rank, which, by the way, starts August 22nd, 8 o'clock Eastern. My name is tom-marquis, El Presidente. We'll be right back.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. like your moves.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything. Tonight, I just want to take you away. Blow your hands up in the sky. Let's set this party alright. Players, put your pinky fingers to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do?
All right, and welcome back to The Balance. My name is Tom-Marquis, El Presidente. Joining us, executive producer of The Balance, Rick-Riggin, and Matthew Embry. We've been talking some college football, a lot of Urban Meyer in this throughout the show today. Certainly that's one of the biggest stories to hit college football. It's kind of a preview, if you will, of Breaking Rank. That's going to happen beginning August 22nd, 8 p.m. For 1 hour every week. We'll get you caught up on college football, and Rick is going to act as the host on that, and I'm going to act as the co-host on that show. But Rick, talk with us a little bit about Breaking Rank and what can listeners expect when they tune in every Wednesday.
Yep, top 25 breakdown, especially Week 8 when the college football playoff rankings come out, and of course that takes over the AP poll. So that's the one they go by. A lot of drama surrounds that. That's when the show really takes off. That's when we get all the big debate: who should be in the top 4, who shouldn't be, should the tournament expand, the playoff expand, which I think it should be. But starting August 22nd, Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, you can join our conversation every week, every Wednesday night.
And I hope that Matt can join us as well. Matthew's up in Notre Dame country. Matthew, what station are you with again up there? I believe it's the flagship station of the Irish up there. Am I correct on that?
96.1 WSBT, the sports leader. Yeah, I'm going to be able to get for the first couple of weeks, but unfortunately, the show time, that's right when the Brian Kelly show is being run, so my producer duties may make it difficult for me to be able to join the fun on Thursday nights.
You sure it's not the Chip Kelly show?
Better not.
Somebody stop me. You know how many times this year, Rick, I'm going to say that, right? But, hey, you know what? He's out.
Well, you did it a bunch last year, too.
I know. And that's okay. That's okay. We'll get through. That's why Rick. That's why you drive the college football talk, if you will. Well, certainly the biggest college football story going on right now is Urban Meyer. So it's kind of hard to look away for a little bit. But we're going to try our best to do that. Rick, let's kind of just talk a little bit about some of the recent media days. What were some of your takeaways? Some of your highlights? Some of your lows, some of your highs. Obviously, again, we have to look away from Urban Meyer. We know that there was the big denial at the Big Ten media day, but did you have any takeaways as far as the ACC with Notre Dame or any other media days that happened this past week? Couple weeks.
No big takeaways, but I love all the media days because that's basically the official start to college football season. And my question to Matt, though, is before the Urban Meyer thing came up, this is just kind of the biggest story in college football. Is it going to be Tua or is it going to be Jalen Hurts down at Alabama?
If it's not Tagovailoa, I'll be very shocked. Jalen Hurts just had the inconsistencies. I think those really were a concern. And with Tagovailoa, it provides the kind of spark, and he is more the quarterback that Nick Saban is looking for to run that style of offense that he runs at Alabama. So I just have a feeling that Tagovailoa is going to be the guy that is going to be running the train for the Alabama offense in 2018. Unless Jalen Hurts or something happens where Tagovailoa gets injured, it's clear from all the things you see based on what Nick Saban has to say about Tua that wants him as his starter.
And
guys,
just real quick,
go ahead, Rick.
Just real quick, I know somebody involved with the Louisville Athletics, and from what I hear, Alabama and Louisville play week 1, so obviously, but Louisville is actually practicing against Tua Tagovailoa. They're prepping for him to be the starter. We might see them both, but I'm with Matt. I think it's going to be Tua, and I'm seeing and I'm hearing that Louisville is actually prepping to play against Tua.
Well, wish the best of luck to Louisville, because I tell you what, they're going to have a lot of trouble, especially with all they've lost on the defensive side of the ball this offseason. So I think Louisville's going to have a lot of trouble trying to stop the tie.
Guys, okay, let's get into this. And again, this is kind of a special preview, if you will, of Breaking Rank that's going to begin on August 22nd, 8 o'clock p.m. Rick's going to kind of guide the ship on that. But we're just going to kind of go through some just some basic teams, some basic information about get some thoughts on some of the teams that we're going to talk about. This week, the coaches poll came out. Obviously, not surprising. Alabama's at number 1. So we'll just kind of go through the coaches poll, if you will, Rick. Feel free to add anything that you want. And keep in mind that they did only do the top 25 elite teams. There is no non-elite teams in the top 25 poll.
Good, Tom. I swear, if you bring up Kansas and Rutgers again and want me to break down a Kansas and Rutgers game, here's what I know about Rutgers. Greg Schiano coached there like 8 years ago, and they were actually halfway decent. But they do not belong in the Big Ten for football anyway. That's what I can tell you about Rutgers. And I'm hoping Kansas breaks a school record and wins something like 5 games this year. There's my take on Kansas and Rutgers. Go ahead, get that out of the way, because I know you're the one dying to ask me about Kansas and Rutgers.
You know what's going to happen? Kansas and Rutgers both are going to win their prospective title game. So let's obviously Alabama number 1, 13-1, coming up their 5th title in 9 seasons. The Crimson Tides have more questions than usual with the unsettled quarterback situation. Matthew, does Alabama have a quarterback controversy?
They shouldn't. If the national championship game proved anything, Tagovailoa is the guy, like I said, that Saban wants to run this offense. I mean, he went far and beyond to bring this guy into the fold when they were recruiting this guy as a high school senior, which tells me this is the guy they want running the offense, and it's not a knock against Jalen Hurts, but I just think that as far as the dual pass run option, the guy that can get them the most out of their position right now is Tagovailoa.
Rick, number 2 on the poll is Clemson. No surprising there. Certainly if defenses win championships, then Clemson certainly is well-positioned to make their 4th consecutive playoff appearance there. How dominant is the defense there at Clemson? I'm sorry.
Really good, and also just being in that conference, I think the ACC takes a step back this year a little bit. I know Florida State has a new head coach, Willie Taggart. I think Clemson's only competition in that conference this year is Miami, and I even think Miami might take a step back this year a little bit. I mean, we had the solid turnover chain last year, and Miami's defense was really great. I don't know. They had some inconsistent quarterback play last year. I think that's going to continue this year, and I think Miami might take a little bit of a step back, but they'll be Clemson's only challenge in that conference. So I think Clemson's probably going to be in the playoff once again.
So, Matt, we'll go to you again. We're trying to look away from Urban Meyer, but we just can't because he's the coach of Ohio State, and certainly Ohio State is number 3 in the coaches poll this week, and they were 12-2 last year. Certainly on the field anyway, the Buckeyes have Big Ten champions with running back Dobbins and defensive lineman Baza are among their standouts. Talk with us a little bit about the Ohio State Buckeyes, and don't talk about Urban Meyer. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, with or without Meyer, I still think they're going to be up there. The thing is, though, they got a very interesting opening test against Oregon State.